Hello students, I am Dr. Shrikant Bhavse, Assistant Professor at Department of Advanced Management Studies, GS College of Commerce, Wardha. Today we are going to study one of the most important terminologies with respect to the investment analysis and portfolio management, that is efficient frontier. When we are talking about the word efficient, we have already discussed the efficient market hypothesis in our earlier videos. Now, the concept of efficient market hypothesis, we will just recall, that is, what is efficient. When we are talking about efficient, it means that the each and every participant in the market always have the perfect information, complete knowledge of all the happenings, latest happenings of the market. The information related to the stock is freely available and all the participants are using that information for their investments and trading. So with respect to the efficient terminology, we are very much familiar. Now we are going to study what is efficient frontier. Remember, the efficient frontier is suggested by Harry Markowitz, and for which he also got the Nobel Prize. Now the efficient frontier, this is the complete graph of efficient frontier. I will explain it afterwards, but first we will see that what efficient frontier says. The efficient frontier says that it is a set of optimal portfolios that offer highest expected return. When we are talking about the construction of portfolio, we will use the word optimal, not optimum, because no one knows, no one is having guarantee that how the portfolio will perform in the short, medium or long term. So we are using the term optimal. Now optimal portfolio is a portfolio which gives the highest rate of return in the lowest risk. So there will be different portfolios of different people, and which portfolio will give you good return? Only the portfolio which is constructed optimally, and it is giving you the good return only at the defined level of risk, or we can say the lowest risk. When your portfolio is optimal, when it is well diversified, at that time it gives you highest expected return. Now when we are talking about the return, we should also talk about the extent of risk. Hence here the risk will be lowest risk, calculated risk, and for that risk the optimal portfolio will give you the maximum returns. Portfolio below efficient frontier are suboptimal. The portfolio which is not very much diversified, which is not constructed with the help of research analyst, or which is not constructed by using the good research data, it will be considered as the suboptimal, because the portfolio will not perform as per the expected its return and expected long term averages. So the portfolio which is not performing well, which is not giving good return, it may be due to it is suboptimal. It provides less returns for the taken level of risk. When your portfolio is not well diversified, when it is suboptimal, when it is not optimal, it is suboptimal, at that time the risk will be higher, but the returns will not be expected. The returns will be very low and your risk will be high. The meaning of suboptimal portfolio is high risk but low returns. Imagine that you have constructed a portfolio which is having the 10 securities, and if out of those 10 securities, 7 securities are highly risky, and only 3 are less risky, that 7 securities may decline like anything because of the volatility and uncertainty, and this may lead to free fall of your portfolio because the risk is higher, whereas the returns will be low or they can also be negative. Returns are depending on the investment combinations. How? When we are constructing a portfolio, imagine that it is a perfect blend of different sectoral stocks. Imagine that if your portfolio is constructed of say 50% defensives and 50% blue chip growth stocks. In the defensives, you will invest into the pharma sector, you will invest into the IT sector, you will also invest into the FMCG sector and the healthcare sector. And in the aggressive sectors, you can invest into the banking, automobile, NBFCs, etc. Now, we have seen that in the month of March, April, May, the broader market have witnessed a great volatility because of the COVID-19 nationwide global wide lockdown. Now all the stocks went down like anything, but we have seen that even after this, the IT sector, FMCG sector, pharmaceutical sector, healthcare sector outperformed like anything. The stocks of these sectors went 1x and 2x within a span of only 3 to 6 months. So if you are having 50% exposure in these defensives, your portfolio have risen, whereas the 50% exposure is in your aggressive like banking, financial services, NBFCs, etc., automobile, etc. At that time, they might have went down for particular time period, but after that they have also bounced back very sharply. If you will calculate today's return of this aggressive portfolio and conservative portfolio of 50-50 balanced, at that time you will find it has given more than 100% return in last 6 months. So it also depends on your investment combinations. Let's see the diagram of efficient frontier. First understand that this is the standard deviation and this is the return. It is plotted against the x-axis and the y-axis. Now this is the efficient frontier. This curve is the efficient frontier. When you are investing in stocks which are having the efficient frontier, you are completely risk free as per the Harry Markowitz efficient frontier theory. But when you are approaching towards efficient frontier here, at that time this is the quadrant of high risk, high return. So this is the standard deviation and this is the return. As your standard deviation goes up, your returns may go down and your risk may go up. See, investors seeks to invest in securities offering exceptional returns. Why people use into the stock market? The basic thing is that people think that if they will invest 50 rupees today, it may also happen that 50 rupees will become 100, 200, 300, 500 over a short span of time. This is the basic assumption. This is the greed of the investors. So they always want to invest in such securities where they can earn the exceptional returns. So according to this diagram, according to efficient frontier theory, lower standard deviation and lower covariance is equal to portfolio lineup along efficient frontier line. So this is the efficient frontier line, and when your investment is of low standard deviation and low covariance, at that time the risk will be low. Next, diversification improves portfolio risk reward profile. When we are talking about the diversification, at that time you are investing into different stocks of different sectors, so your portfolio will be balanced portfolio. If your portfolio, imagine, is having 10 stocks, if 2 or 3 stocks do not perform well, remaining 7 or 8 stocks will balance your portfolio and they will give you good return. So diversification improves your risk reward profile. Adding more risk doesn't mean higher returns. If you are taking high risk, if you are adding more stocks which are very risky into the portfolio, it doesn't guarantee you high returns, because high risk stocks may always have a tendency of volatility and they may free fall like anything in times of uncertainty. Optimal portfolio is equal to well diversified portfolio, whereas suboptimal portfolio means less diversified portfolio. Next, we will see the characteristics of optimal portfolio. It is a perfect balance of risk and return. Not much risk and not much return. Balanced risk and balanced returns. If you are thinking that you will become millionaire and billionaire overnight, it is not at all possible. If you are thinking that you will become rich and affluent overnight, you should also think that you can become poor overnight, because the risk is associated with it. It includes the securities with greatest potential returns. The optimal portfolio is constructed with the securities which are having greatest potential of yielding high returns with acceptable degree of risk. Whenever you are investing in any stock, at that time you are exposed to risk. No matter that how company is big, whether it is blue chip or small cap, you are exposed to risk. But when you are investing into the great company, it is acceptable, it is having the acceptable degree of risk. When you are constructing a portfolio, you should have a strong and well researched selection of securities in the portfolio. Without research, you should not invest in any stock. So when you are constructing an optimal portfolio, there should be a very strong research and analytical skill utilized for the construction of this portfolio. Now, how the investments are selected on the basis of efficient frontier. See, the right end securities with high risk and high returns. When you are buying the securities which are having the efficient frontier above this line, at that time there will be high risk and high probability of return. It is good for risky investors. And when you are going to the left hand side, this is the left hand side, this is the right hand side. Right hand side is high risk, high return, whereas left hand side is the low risk and the low return. So this side is good for risk averse investors, whereas this side is good for risk taking investors. Now we will see what are the limitations of efficient frontier. So it is very well, we have described the efficient frontier, we have seen optimal portfolios and the risk and return profile of the securities, standard deviation, covariance. But remember, all these things are theoretical in nature. These things are not applicable to all securities. You may find some great companies becoming bankrupt within few days. You may also find that a small cap company becoming a large cap company within few months. So this is not applicable to all securities. Market also includes irrational and risk seeking investors. When we are talking about the markets, there may be illiterate people, there may be greedy people, they will be irrational, and they will act like anything. They may buy the securities by any kind of assumption without knowing the risk associated with it. Large and big market participants could influence market prices. If any big buying emerges in any stock, if big institutional investors buys the stocks, at that time it will go up like anything. Then retail investors don't have unlimited access to borrowing and lending money. When the market is flooded with the retail investors which are having small amount of money to invest, at that time we cannot say that these are having unlimited access to borrowing and lending. They will invest only that much amount which they are having in their hand or in excess for the investment. So retail investors do not greatly impact the markets. So this is the complete picture, this is the complete idea of the efficient frontier, where we have seen the meaning of optimal portfolios, the graph of efficient frontier, its meaning, the characteristics of optimal portfolio, how the investments are made by using the efficient frontier, and last but not the least, the limitations of efficient frontier. Thank you.